Welcome to my American History Notes, where I read um, conclusions or things I've learned from American history. Some conclusions, you might not agree with me or even be offended by what I say, but at least you should be studying American history and have your own opinion. That's my goal, like my hope anyway, that you will study American history and have an opinion about from studying it, not just reading what somebody else said, um, somebody else's opinion. So, anyway, I'm not going to get into politics, but um, let's uh, let's begin. We're talking about art, music, and literature, and things like that. So, much popular music of the 1930s is generated by Broadway shows. Hits like Body and Soul, I Got Rhythm, Georgia on My Mind, Minnie the Moocher, Brother Can You Spare a Dime, Night and Day, and Pennies from Heaven are popular. Notable songwriters are Richard Rodgers on Lorenz Hart, Cole Porter and Irving Berlin. Tragic black jazz singer Billie Holiday begins her career in 1935 with her first recordings. In 1933, Edwin H. Armstrong develops a frequency modulation (FM), which reduces static and increases sound fidelity in radio. Remember what I had said previously about amplified modulation by Edwin Armstrong back in 1917. So, this is pretty amazing stuff. We've taken AM, FM radio kind of sounds, since we have the internet now, sounds kind of like archaic, but this was how we were entertained, where we heard things. So this is a big breakthrough. In that same year, the Marconi phone company produces the all-metal radio tube. They're first sold commercially in 1939. Now, people in the entertainment industry are notoriously immoral, with most of the heterosexual and homosexual celebrities having numerous marriages and multiple affairs. A person's personal life cannot help but affect the way they view their work, and the indoctrination of the American public to lean away from biblical understandings of what is right and wrong to the modern liberal viewpoint that nothing really is wrong, but what makes you unhappy, grows stronger in the 1930s and on. Um, and the fact that these celebrities enjoy the status of gods in our society shows that we've been sick for a long time. These people have their personal lives, which are usually messed up, trumpeted before the public nonstop. Now let's move into motion pictures, theater, and radio, movies, and radio, theater, and radio. The Children's Hour by Lillian Hellman is produced in 1934 about false accusations of lesbianism and is a success on Broadway. In 1939, her play The Little Foxes will be produced about greed and decadence in a turn-of-the-century Southern family. Then after World War II begins, she'll start releasing political dramas. The musical Anything Goes, written by Guy Bolton, P.J. Woodhouse, Howard Lindsay, and Russell Krauss, with lyrics and music by Cole Porter, comes out. Can you see the direction things are headed? Frank Capra's It Happened One Night, a romantic comedy and one of the first of its genre, including having a bare-chested Clark Gable, is the first film to win 4 major Academy Awards. In 1935, Porgy and Bess by DuBose Hayward and Ira Gershwin debuts on Broadway. It really stereotypes Black people. It contains immoral relationships, drugs, and alcohol as part of its themes. It's considered an American classic now, although I would think that some African Americans would find it offensive. I definitely would. Sort of like Gone with the Wind. But, have your opinion. Look at it and see what you think. Alfred Hitchcock's 39 Steps, John Ford's The Informer, and Frank Lloyd's Mutiny on the Bounty are popular movies that year, each containing its fair share of violent storylines. You Can't Take It With You, a comedy by Moss Hart and George S. Kaufman, debuts in 1936 on Broadway. Frank Capra's movie Mr. Deeds Goes to Town is popular that year also. Our Town by Thornton Wilder premieres in 1938. Horror and thriller master Alfred Hitchcock produces The Lady Vanishes. In 1938, Orson Welles and his Mercury Players stage a radio drama based on H.G. Wells' novel The War of the Worlds, and it's so realistic, people panic believing that we've been invaded by Martians. 400 movies will be released by Hollywood in 1939, including Gone with the Wind, and The Wizard of Oz. I know Gone with the Wind is considered a classic. It's offensive. It glorifies the slave culture, and but it's a product of its time. So if you're studying that era, you'd want to watch that movie just to see, and of course have your paper and pencil handy, because you'll see a lot of things that you'll go, what in the world? That could never be produced today. Anyway, finally, John Wayne becomes a popular Western cowboy actor with the movie Stagecoach. So very important. So we're going to continue with things from World War II and go on about radio and TV and stuff, Orson Welles, and just continue talking about this until we get to the end. And then we have other special topics I want to get to about American history. But I hope you'll look these names up, some of them that you don't know about, study them, and it's okay to have your opinion. And I have my opinion, and I don't mean any harm to anyone, but I just think that American history is fascinating. It's something that we should know about. We shouldn't be ignorant about things that went on before us. Okay? So thank you very much, and you have a great day.